Sometimes, when we get lost, the best thing to do is retrace our steps, whether on land, on water, in time, in politics, in life. I'm going to tell you about the first time I ever went kayak camping. I just bought this boat, my first rigid kayak. I had no plan, no idea what I was doing. I just got on the water, paddled upstream as far as I could, totally overpacked, which is what every beginner does, right? And found this pretty cool camping spot near Runnymede. It was a great time. It was a great weekend. I made loads of mistakes, learnt loads. I really got the bug for it. This is where this all started. This is way before I did YouTube or did my big Thames trip or anything like that. So this weekend, I'm going to be recreating that first trip that I did, and yeah, retracing my steps. From Weybridge, it should take me 4 hours to paddle to Runnymede. Runnymede is world famous as the site of the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215, a deal which ended the divine right of kings, established the rule of law, fair trial by jury, among other universal rights, and is seen as the birthplace of modern democracy. Also on this trip, I will actually be visiting the United States of America. Yep, by kayak. I'm also really looking forward to returning to Runnymede. I didn't really know much about it at the time. I think I knew that the Magna Carta had been signed there, but since then, yeah, I've learned so much about the history and about, it's not just one thing. There are a few different sites, in that area that are super important historically, philosophically, politically, and personally. Might have to sit this one out for a bit. Yeah, I should definitely just shelter for a bit. Still raining, but I think the thunder and lightning has stopped. One of the concerns I now have, now that it's the end of the day, is that maybe my the camping spot I've got in mind might have been taken. Right, it's just coming up now. There's a walker there, but I don't think they look like. I don't think they're camping. Cyclist. It's a bike camper, isn't it? Is he going? He's camping, isn't he? I got here just a little bit too late. Right, I have to find somewhere else. This could be promising. Alright, I'm going to commandeer this spot for tonight. Alright. It's a tricky one. 3 points of contact. It's quite a high bank, huh? First things first, coffee. Instant packet coffees. What you want for this kind of situation? No faff. Straight to the point. Time to get the frying pan on, and I'm going to actually start with tomorrow's breakfast, which I'm making in advance, because as soon as the sun comes up, I'm just going to want to get up and pack down and out of here as soon as possible. It will get busy with joggers and doggers and tourists and stuff, so I won't have time to faff and cook and all this sort of stuff. So I'm going to make a bacon roll tonight, which will be ready for me in the morning. And the other good thing about cooking it first is that for dinner tonight I'm gonna have a steak sandwich, some fried red onion, and have all that cooking in the bacon pan juices. Another thing, as you probably notice, is how noisy it is here. We are right under the path where the planes take off for Heathrow, so they're all on full thrust. It's really noisy. But there is quite a nice relevance to the Heathrow that I'm gonna let you in on tomorrow, though. So I don't mind the planes. But there's also this road behind as well. So other than the planes and the busy road, it's idyllic. It doesn't matter anyway. Tonight's not about the camping. I just want to be here so I can show you guys Runnymede tomorrow. You know me, I prefer my hammock camping. I don't like tents. I don't like sleeping on the ground. I think it's I just think it's just more natural in a hammock. Maybe harks back to us being monkeys living in trees or something. I don't know. Just feels right for me. But needs must. Should have a pretty good night's sleep, I reckon. Good night. Yeah, sometimes with wild camping, sometimes it can feel adventurous and kind of romantic. Other times you kind of think, am I just rough sleeping? I was warm, I got some sleep. I've noticed that with all the heavy rain we had yesterday, the flow of the river today is much faster, which is great because I'm going downstream. The first of many of this place's striking sights is Hulock's sculpture, The Jurors. Being tried by a jury of your peers is one of the significant rights won in the Magna Carta. Right now, technically, I'm in the USA. I'm standing on American soil. And I don't just mean in the sense of like an embassy or an Air Force base or anything like that. Contrary to popular belief, those things are actually still British soil. No, this is true American land. This was an acre of land gifted to the USA by the Queen after the death of John F. Kennedy. And it was important that it was an acre of Runnymede land, the site of the signing of the Magna Carta, the basis of rule of law that's so important to the American Constitution, with so many other countries around the world. And this whole area is really like kind of the home of rule of law and democracy. And it feels like these are two things, both in my country and in the US and in other countries in Europe. Those two things seem to have been a little bit challenged lately. I'm not like, pointing a finger at any particular side of politics or anything. And there's examples on both sides of the spectrum, and don't worry, I'm not getting political on this channel. Absolutely no way. There's enough of that. But this is more of a philosophical point, really, and a point of history. It just feels to me like a little bit like the world's just getting a little bit lost, and it's fine coming to Runnymede, the site of the signing of the Magna Carta, this amazing piece of land here, the memorial to JFK. Just kind of reminds you a bit of where we come from, who we are, and what's at stake, what people have fought for. Sometimes if you are getting a bit lost, you just need to just retrace your steps. Runnymede is also home to the Air Force's memorial. On its walls are inscribed the names of 20,000 airmen and women who were killed in action and have no known grave. Usually you would expect a place of such reverence and contemplation to be peaceful and silent, but on the contrary, located somewhat deliberately under London's main flight path, it is jet noise, the enduring sound of the freedom that these heroes of the air sacrificed their lives for, that echoes around the cloisters of the memorial. It's been ages since I've been in this boat, since I went inflatable, the X500's kind of my main boat now, because it's just a bit more mobile. Logistically, it just gives me a bit more options, really. So I don't take this one out as much anymore. But yeah, it's great to take the old girl out for a spin. Got a lot of good memories in this boat. Did the whole of the River Thames, which is, I still think today, one of my greatest achievements. So yeah, nice to take her out. There's just one more thing I want to show you in Runnymede before I leave for home, and it's quite an important one. This is it. This is the very field which in the year 1215 King John signed the Magna Carta, establishing the concept of the rule of law for the first time anywhere. I'm by no means a history expert, by the way, so I'm trying not to let this turn into some kind of documentary or something, you know. It's still a vlog. I'm just a bit of a geek, and there's just a couple of other bits I just really want to show you because it's such a special place. Here is the all that remains of the Abbey that at the time of the signing of the Magna Carta would have been like the centre of local politics, power, and yeah, all that's left of it is barely a couple of walls. This isn't just any old tree. This is a very special tree. This is known as the Ankerwick yew. It's at least 1,500 years old, but some estimates maybe like 2,400 years old. Now, what's so special about this tree is that this thing right here is a living witness to the signing of the Magna Carta. It was here in 1215 on that day in this field. And I just love that connection to the past. Yeah, monuments, relics, ruins, man-made things, amazing, you know, to connect us, you know, but to have something that is literally living and breathing. You can touch it, you can smell it. It's thriving now. It was thriving then. There are these gnarly intertwining trunks and branches and roots, and like a little den. And you know, my two boys have played in this tree, and boys have been playing in this tree for hundreds of years, hundreds if not thousands, and just makes this whole place like really, really special. It's something really, I don't know, I find quite moving around here. I'm like not much of a spiritual person or supernatural or anything like that, but I really do feel like there's something magical around here. I highly recommend a visit if you get a chance. Here are the reeds of Runnymede that Kipling wrote about. You know, in one of my earlier videos when I did the Basingstoke Canal, I visited the castle that King John stayed in the night before he rode to Runnymede to sign the Magna Carta. So yeah, doing this, yeah, kind of ties in quite nicely, completes that little homage. Well, that's it. Time for the long paddle home. Thanks, Runnymede. It's been nice to be back.